So yeah.
What a tournament so far.
So far, so crazy. I really have enjoyed it so far. But we are. I know it's that one. I'm going to move on to the next night, and Mel's actually picking a House of Torture match as her pick for the
I
night.
know.
I don't
But
understand.
given
I
the
just don't
results
understand.
of this match, you will know exactly why I picked this match as my pick. Coming into this, I thought they tricked me. They got me. I thought we were seeing a turnover of House of Torture. They brought out Togo with them, and Evil and Yujiro going, no, no, we can do this. We can do this on our own. We got it. You can go to the back. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God, Togo's actually going to the back. No way. They're not going to be dicks. They're not going to be Togos.
My exact note there was House of Torture sends Togo to the back. Don't expect him to stay back there. That was
I
my
was going to
exact notes
say,
there.
I have been to some of the most amazing fish markets in Europe, on the Western coast, on the Eastern coast. Let me tell you, I have never smelt so much fish as I did at the beginning of this match.
Yeah.
I did not buy it for 1 second. No, not even a little bit. Getting into the match though, that sidewalk slam by Coughlin was unreal. The power that he slammed into there, I thought that they were gonna actually like mess up the floorboards again. It was unreal. Um, I I have to shout out Gabe Kidd calling out the brain buster. First thing I'm like, "Aw, Tenzon," and then I'm like, "Cloudy with a chance of meatballs," saying what I'm doing. Yes, it was amazing. Not being able to pull off that brain buster, but let me tell you, the chop he followed up with was definitely a shout out to not only Tenzon, but to Cozy Lariat there, Mr.
Mm.
Kojima Satoshi. That chop, whew, that thing reverberated off of
Oh, very
the
much so.
walls of the building in there. Um, I got to say it again, tenderize them titties. They were certainly tenderized after that. I think it was Yujiro that he nailed that chop on. If I remember correctly, his boobie was pretty red after that. And Togo, or sorry, Yujiro and Evil have been staying very tan throughout this tournament. So to be able to see the difference in color tone, it warmed my heart. It warmed my
Yeah.
black heart. um, Oh, the booze. I was like, there's a very big spelling error on there. I had no idea what I wrote down. The booze gave away what was happening next. So the booze of the crowd let me know that, the fish had indeed returned to the match and had brought another fish with him. Um, of course, Togo and Sho showing up to this match, trying to be a factor in the House of Torture. I got very, very angry for like a split second in this match when I saw Coughlin getting pinned, and I'm like, no, 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 we're not going to do this again. But the pop I gave when I saw not only Coughlin pop out, but end up turning it around and pinning Yujiro in return to get the win. this
Mm-hmm.
this was my choice because this was the breath of fresh air to see the Dojo Boys pick up a win over quite possibly the most dastardly, underhanded, like most manipulative, most hated team in NJPW. To see the good guys finally get that one up. Yes. Andre, how did this make you feel?
I am completely with you, Mel. I absolutely loved that fact that they won this again. The cheating, I was really enjoying this match. The fact that like Evil would go to cheat and then he would stop and then he would just do another move. Same with Yujiro. I was really enjoying that.
Mhm.
And then the cheating proceeded, and I was like, oh, because Coughlin and Kid were looking so good, and then that ending where Evil gets that chair booted into his face, and then Coughlin runs Yujiro into Show on the apron, and then gets that bridging fallaway slam. on Huge to get that win. I really thought they were getting screwed over, and because when they did that and Yujiro pinned Coughlin after that short DDT, I really was like, I was literally about to yell the F word, and it would have been at like 7:30 in the morning. I would have been yelling this, and it wouldn't have been a good thing. My mom would have killed
I
me.
did. I was swearing already because I thought it was over then.
Yeah, I was ready to, and then he kicks out. I'm just like, oh, thank you, Christ! And then they get the win. I was so happy. I was so happy, man. That was again, and you can see the elation on these guys getting their first and probably only win of this tournament. It was huge. It was huge.
To quote Donald Trump, it was huge.
Ugh.
Huge.
Oh God! Oh, you just had to say it, didn't you?
It's better than Pop and House of Torture.
Not by much. Actually, no, I think House of Torture, I'd rather deal with them than that guy. But we are going to move on to the next match of the evening. This is one of the matches I was really considering picking up.
Some sadomasochistic stuff there, then, my friend.
I was debating picking this one, but the other one, they just have a little bit of pull towards the main event. But the Empire, it was the Battle of the Empire. And watching the four of them come out all together as an entrance and not doing as two separate teams was actually impressive, showing the camaraderie between all these guys and what this team means to each other. And just absolutely phenomenal match, man. They had a mascot. I guess they got a mascot now. I don't know what it is, but they got a mascot now.
I think it was for a restaurant or something. I'm not entirely
I don't know,
sure.
but Gideon did say that Okan had arranged this, and that thing is their new mascot. So again, I don't know. I just don't, but I absolutely love this match. Just everything these guys did together, just knowing each other's moves while also being able to get your moves on the other team. It's absolutely phenomenal. Like just that I love that it's just a sheep killer into like almost like a GTR elbow drop that Khan and Henare do. Again, the stuff like I love that the fact that they differentiated themselves from the team of Cobb and Okan, but still using like the Imperial drop and things like that, but have made their own. And then Davis and Fletcher just there was a spot where they stopped the TKO on Fletcher, and then they tossed Okan, and then they just like both Aussie Open just straight up kick Henare in the face. Well, he's like bent over. It was like I'm just like, oh Jesus! It was just and then there was an exchange of everybody just hitting forearm to each other. Like one would hit one to them, and then a super kick to another, and then it just went around like, and everybody did it twice, and then they all just collapsed to the mat. I was like, oh, and then there was this big, huge brawl. Henare got a spin kick, and Khan hit a Michinoku driver on Davis. I thought that's where it was over. But Davis kicks out right at like that 2.8, 2.9, just kicks it out. I'm just like, oh my God. And this is where Aussie Open come back. They hit the tombstone and sit-out pile drivers to Khan and Henare. Then they hit the sandwich clotheslines on both of them face to face. And this is where Khan ended up rolling out of the ring, and Aussie Open hit Coriolis on Henare to get the win. Absolutely phenomenal match. This match, I actually didn't mention on the first one that that both the teams are eliminated. LA Dojo and House Torture were eliminated. And this one, both these teams were contention. But Henare and Okan losing here puts them below the elimination line. They cannot get into the final. They cannot get into the final. So Aussie Open eliminating their cohorts in Henare and Okan, because technically on paper they have only one match left in this tournament, because they're one of their next two matches is the forfeit. So they've already got those 2 points. They cannot get enough points to even get in contention to be in the finals. So sad to say. Yeah.
This match, as you said, very, very fun. I really enjoyed also, just to add to the end there, the passionate speech that Gideon gave the crowd in English. So like, I'm sure there is translation for the crowd afterwards. But like, from an English perspective, very passionate speech about teamwork and camaraderie and, being the best version of yourself you could be. I was not expecting such an emotional
No.
speech out of Gideon, and I really enjoyed it. And especially while he's giving this speech, the four members of United Empire are comforting each other, holding ice packs for each other, congratulating each other on a great match. This team, despite being what they would consider a heel team, very much becoming one of the most respected and team orientated factions that I have ever seen forming in NJPW, even more so than LIJ, it almost pains me to say. And I'm kind of for it. They've kind of become that almost star representation of what it means to be a faction. And I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I have been loving this team since it was formed, and they just keep getting better and better as they add people. But you see the camaraderie when two of the teams in the faction have to battle each other, and there's no hard feelings at the end. I love this. I love this group. I just absolutely do.
True
So,
friendship
yeah.
right there.
Yeah, true camaraderie in their team. So we move on to so what would have been the next match of the evening would have been Sonata and Naito taking on General's Duel, but it is a forfeit by General's Duel, and that 2 points keeps Sonata and Naito in this, and they still have two more matches to go. Even after this forfeit, they have two matches to go, so they are still in this. Even with the forfeit here, they are still in this at 10 points. The next match of the evening was Bishamon, Yoshi-Hashi, and Goto taking on the team of Lance Archer and Minoru Suzuki. Now, this was absolute, just reckless fun. Like, Archer and Suzuki just trying to run roughshod over these guys, and like Goto just taking the brunt of the punishment in this match. It's just like Suzuki slapping the crap out of Goto. And just he rear naked choked him at one point, almost putting him out, and he's ready to pass out, and Suzuki just lets him go and tries to pin him. I'm like, I was dumbfounded by that. I thought,
me too.
Why didn't you just keep holding it? He was about to pass out. It's the same thing you get with Sonata though, with his cold skull. They're about to pass out from the pain, and then he's like, "No, I'm going to do moonsault." Again, it's that
on the moonsault.
Yeah, it's that it's that mentality of like, oh, I can do better. But the end of the match came. He reapplied the rear naked choke, tries to gotch, but Goto ends up backdropping Suzuki. But Suzuki gets another rear naked choke, but he's running to the corner. And then Archer comes in, and there was a big fight. And then in the end, Bishamon gets the Ushigoroshi super kick combo into the Shoto, and they get the win. Big thing for Goto and Yoshi-Hashi here, keeping themselves alive in this tournament. And then you have Suzuki and Archer being eliminated here. Sorry to say, they have been eliminated with this loss again, but absolutely phenomenal. Just watching like Goto and Suzuki when they're trading shots and they're battling each other. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it.
I mean, do you remember the matches that they had for the never open weight title back in the day that resulted in Minoru Suzuki actually losing a hair versus hair match too, where he ended up having to shave his little, I don't even know what we would call that on the back of his head, the little tail, I guess.
Oh, I remember.
The one thing that I wanted to note on this match that has been amusing me this entire tour, obviously, is Lance Archer intimidating commentary. This, I think, was the most hilarious interaction.
Oh, I forgot to talk about it.
First of all, I have never seen Milano move so gosh dang fast, even in the ring, like to get up out of his seat. It was one smooth motion of just throwing off the headphones and taking off. He was Don Callis gone by like when he saw Archer, in the same way that Don Callis would take the heck off when he used to see Minoru Suzuki coming. That was exactly what I love seeing. But then to see Archer just sit down at commentary next to Liger, and Liger just handed him the microphone. They just, hey, how's it going? Good. How are you? Yeah, fuck you. Okay. Like, that was just
Yeah.
classic Archer. It was funny, but it was serious. It was exactly what I expect out of Lance Archer, and it set up for the intensity of this match. Because as you mentioned, this match was intense, back and forth, for these guys. I absolutely loved it. But as you said, Goto pinning Suzuki. I definitely did not expect this result in this match.
No, I'm not surprised to see it due to the fact you kind of keep Bishamon alive in this. That doesn't surprise me.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I would have liked to see Archer and Suzuki go a little bit more, just because of how much we've seen Bishamon. But Bishamon is very, very popular.
Even with another 2 points,
quite some time.
Even with another 2 points, I still think it would be a very, very long shot, and that would actually limit. With Bishamon would have been sitting in a spot where they would have been again so far out. There would have been a lot just to get again. There is a team at 8 points after this that are still technically in the running for second place. Again, I think everybody's battling for second place at this point. As long as Aussie Open can pick up another win, everybody's kind of battling for a second. But again, it's all coming down to these last 2 nights. It's going to be a huge spot. But we are moving on to the main event of the evening, and that is my pick of the night. That is Team Bebop, Toru Yano and Hiroshi Tanahashi taking on Shane Haste, Mikey Nicholls, the Mighty Don't Kneel. I absolutely I love these. And TMDK is finally where they belong in this tournament, in the main event. They should have been on the main event every night. It's simple as that. They're the best tag team in this tournament. Tanahashi at the start of this match.
UE might disagree.
Tanahashi at the start of this match starts playing air guitar. And so Haste decides to play air drums to come back at Tanahashi with his air guitar. I absolutely thought that was hilarious. I was like, yes. Oh, I just love that. I absolutely love that. But yeah, great over match. Tanahashi grabbing Nicholls. Sorry, that's the wrong spot. Nicholls getting Yano in like the half camel clutch, and then just like hooking his fingers in the nose and like pulling him in the nose. I'm like, okay, TMDK is easily the heels in this. I absolutely was. It was so good. Haste ends up pulling Yano out of the ring and just like after you get tagged in and just runs him into the barricade. He's just like, screw you. Just I'm gonna beat the crap out of you, little effer. And like I love seeing the heelness come out of TMDK in this. I thought it did a great spot. Tana catches the boot from Nicholls and just gets this beautiful dragon screw. And then Haste comes in and catches his boot. Beautiful dragon screw. And then he hits a scoop slam on Nicholls and does that second rope like flip senton. He gets a 2 count. But then Nicholls like back within like 30 seconds hits this big like Death Valley driver onto Tanahashi. Just like, and then both men are down. And like, this is where Nicholls crawls over to tag in Haste. And then Yano is tagging in, or Tana's tagging in Yano. But it's that reset of the spot. Like, I just love both these teams back and forth. And then, Tana Nicholls goes for TMDK hits the big ending on Tanahashi. Yano breaks it up, so Nicholls goes to try to hit the suplex on Tanahashi, but he stops him and hits the twist and shout. And he goes to run, but then Nicholls just picks him up and like spins him into like a power bomb and gets a 2 on Tana. Like just the back and forth. It's just, and then TMDK tries to get Thunder Valley. Tana fights out and pushes TMDK into each other. Yano hits them both in the crotch. Again, I know we complain about with House of Torture all the time with all the crotch shots, but like Yano isn't doing it every single match. He's not blatantly cheating every time. Yeah, he pulls the turnbuckle thing off every time, but it's not every time. Like Yano did it a couple matches ago, or Tana did it a couple matches ago. Yano did it this time, but it's not like it's not like everything they're doing is cheating. And this one again, I see Tana and Yano more as the underdog team in this, even though Tanahashi is the more experienced veteran in all this. It's, you look at it, he's like, no, he needs to rely on those things because Yano's not quite. And he hits the double low blow. Tana hits Sling Blade on I think it was Nicholls. Can't remember I didn't write who he pinned. Yano hit the power bomb, and Tanahashi with the high fly flow to get the win. Team Bebop keeping themselves in contention for second place. They cannot point enough to take a first place because great, and I will get to that in just a second here. But I'll let Mel get to her opinions on this match before I go into the final point totals.
For sure. Yeah, I don't have a ton to add. I feel that you covered a lot there. I just felt that the teams worked very, very well together. And what I did enjoy about both of these teams throughout this entire tournament is their ability to both be that comedic relief, but that serious match at the same time. All four of these guys just are very, very good at that in-ring psychology, that storytelling, but also their in-ring performance and ability. It makes for a very, very good match. Even before I'd seen this whole match, I had high hopes for it, and it certainly did not let me down. Yeah, if you're looking for a really, really great comedy but serious match, this is the match you want to watch.
Definitely.